think there was some fear that the monsoon could have some, I think, or the rains probably could play a spoil sport, but I think doesn't look like there was any such impact. And I think this is a very, very strong growth. I think we need to look at what is causing it. I think we will get that data in, not immediately, but I think whether it is the fruits and vegetables category that has led to that surge, or it is the food grains, or so what is the driver of that? I think that has implications for rural economy or rural consumption as well. So agriculture, I think, it has been stellar. It's not over a weak base. I think I think it's over a very strong base. So I think agriculture has been a big savior for India, and I think despite the food inflation remaining high last year, I think this year it has come down, which is very different from what the trends that we see globally. Globally, food inflation is inching up. I'm discounting for what's happening to vegetables right now, which will obviously climb down in a few quarters.
Okay. Rahul, your thoughts on agriculture, but also industry is looking okay, right? And services recovering perhaps is the best we can say.
Yeah, I think on the agriculture side, we clearly are seeing reasonably good momentum, and that is possibly a function of also the fact that prices were high last year, right? So there's a little bit of an added incentive that kind of comes in, because the level of inflation, the level of prices are elevated, even though the rate of inflation has slowed down at the margin. But I think overall, the contribution of industry could have been a lot better. I think there are clear signs that in certain specific areas like automobile production, supply bottlenecks, particularly shortages of semiconductors, are playing a part in sort of, depressing production levels. So, even if it looks like consumption is weak, it partly may not be just a function of, that there's demand is weak. It's probably also the supply not being adequate enough, so the wait times, the lead times for a lot of deliveries have kind of played out. And this may, kind of pay back later in 2022 as supply constraints ease. At the same time, with the services, the way the whole discretionary services part has recovered, the ability to consume, the willingness to consume is there. I think the core question is that if we do have another round of disruptions, is that a demand shock or a supply shock? I would say that it's largely going to be a supply issue, right? That it might sort of break the momentum, but it is not going to completely stall or reverse the recovery that we are kind of undergoing at the moment.